Welcome back, everybody. It's Business here. I am showcasing the Tier 10 Zao Japanese cruiser. This thing is badass and looks badass because I have a skin by Tans. I'll leave a link in the description, of course, on the official forums. Guy does awesome work. You'll see a bunch of other ships in the game, in the video, that have his skins as well. So, anyways, this is my favorite ship in the game, and it sucks because I got it last before 4.0 in the wipe, so I gotta work up to that again. But this ship has excellent penetrating power with its cannons. It actually reminds me of the Congo quite a bit. It handles sort of similar to that. It feels like it could be more maneuverable, but honestly, it'd be so freaking OP if it were any better than this. But in 4.0, it's getting a little bit of a nerf and buff in certain respects. A slight buff to armor, a slight buff to the speed, which will be 34 knots instead of 31, and also the rounds per minute on the cannons will be reduced from 4.9 to, I think it's 4.4. I do go with the accuracy and the range modules on this, and it's that type of ship where like you could really take advantage of it. You head out to 19 kilometers, that's the base Amagi range, tier 8 battleship, and you have a very, very tight grouping and very flat type of dispersion, so it's pretty much a powerhouse. It's like a cruiser battleship. I mean, like right in that battle cruiser type of category that I seem to enjoy quite a bit. But anyways, as far as the gameplay is concerned, I've got a gearing here in my sights, and there's a Montana over here to the right as well. We do have some allies taking care of that for me while I focus on the gearing. With the way that the rounds are fired, you can get multiple hits even into the side of the destroyer. There have been so many scenarios where I've done a devastating strike against various destroyers, where I do a full broadside and wipe them out from full health, and it's just that capable. But forgive the chat too, by the way. There was a lot of complaining over the last few games that I played about aimbots and things like that. Whatever. But so you can see the grouping there. 12 hits on the Yamato. You'll often get 10 to 12 hits every single time with this. I mean, it's pretty damn impressive how much firepower you can actually put down onto a single target, and how often you can do it. But take that Yamato out as well. But switching up the pace here, we've got another Yamato. I'm not sure if he was stuck there or if he just decided to come to a complete stop, but he's got a Kitakami over here and the New Orleans coming up behind him. I'm pretty much screwed. I really messed this particular torpedo spread up, but whatever. I figured I was already dead at this point anyways. I fully expected the Kitakami to have launched a bunch of torps before, but luckily that wasn't the case. It only sent off one spread, and able to easily dodge that here in the moment, as you see. But I wish I had switched over to AP for this. The New Orleans wouldn't have done nearly as much damage because he's shooting at me from the smoke because I'm being spotted by the Yamato. But this particular salvo would have killed him outright. But either way, HE will make short work of him anyways, and I'm trying to angle myself against the Yamato so I can take minimal damage, especially from the secondaries now. Managed to get him, and I lost a crap load of health really quickly. Kind of a trademark of the ship and all Japanese cruisers especially. Send off these awesome torpedoes which cruise off at 76 knots. They're the fastest, and actually I think they're the most powerful torpedoes in the game. They're incredible. Just you don't want to use them you don't want to be in the situation to use them because they only have an 8 kilometer range. But when you do launch them, everybody's scared shitless. They're afraid of the result there. 2,800 base XP for this particular match, 4 kills and a whopping 200 plus thousand damage. Not bad. So I achieved that quite a few times actually with this ship. Not much over like 206,000, but always in the north of 150 to like 195k range. Had a few really short outings with it, so I did end up with an average of 106,000 average damage over 22 games, so pretty good. But AP does the trick, I'll say that much. These Des Moines, they gotta be careful about giving a side to any ship, of course. I mean, same is true for honestly, any ship, regardless if it's a battleship or whatever, but cruisers especially, you gotta try to protect that. Multiple citadels there again, and this poor New Orleans. I beached myself like an idiot, and he was coming in for the kill, but I lined up all my guns, and good night. Wrecked. So I just killed a destroyer here in this clip, in that smoke. Angled myself against this Des Moines. I've got the North Carolina to my left, which he's engaging, luckily, instead of me. So I keep AP on for the remainder of the video as well, by the way, but the penetrating power of this is kind of reminds me of like the Baltimore in 3.0. If you could get close enough to battleships, you could penetrate their belt armor with the Baltimore's guns. That kind of changed a little bit with 3.1, but now they're kind of getting back to it where the higher tier cruisers are able to do some significant damage to even battleships. I've citadeled a few battleships with the Zao, and I haven't had any clips of that, unfortunately, but it's a very capable ship, dangerous for anybody to face it. And my North Carolina went off to hunt down and kill that Des Moines, which had maybe 10,000 health left, and he gets killed by the damn Des Moines when he presumably had not been hit by any other ship. So that's kind of disappointing. But so I'm left alone against the North Carolina, and I think another an Iowa. 11,600 damage with AP, not bad. Now this was stupid as hell. Anyways, I gave him my side, and he luckily wasn't able to capitalize. So I was really slow on that maneuver there to try to angle my armor, but not like it matters because he's dead. So yay. Nothing better than seeing those torps hit. But anyways, I love the Zao. Look forward to getting it again. And with 4.0 and open beta, kind of on the fence about a few things, but I'm hoping everything works out well. They get enough feedback to make things the way it should be, because when things are awesome, this game's great. But either way, look forward to seeing you guys out there, and see you next time.